Welcome back, Storm fans. I am Bryant Cook, and tonight I am playing the Epic Storm to prepare for the Legacy Pit Open this upcoming weekend. I am not sure the list that I will play yet. That's one thing that I'm trying to figure out tonight. So in front of you, I have a list that I've labeled as 13.2, mostly just for data tracking purposes. It's not a major update. I talked about it at the end of my last video, so if you haven't checked that out, go see that video on the card above, where at the end I say, I don't know if 3 Abrupt Decay is right, maybe 2 Chain of Vapor is what we want, so that way we're not weaker against decks like Elves or Death and Taxes, because I didn't feel like the Abrupt Decay was actually pulling its weight. We added a 3rd copy of Abrupt Decay for Maddening Hex, but I haven't even ran into the card online yet, at all. And I'm beginning to think that maybe the card isn't as good as people initially thought it was. So at first it was a 2 of in sideboards, and now it's a 1 of, and some people have just outright cut it already. So we prepared for a card that maybe we didn't need to. So now I'm going back to the 2-2 split. I don't have a sideboard guide for this list yet. If I end up liking this list after the Legacy Open or Legacy Pit Open this weekend, I'll probably release a sideboard guide to the Epic Storm Patreon. You cannot get the sideboard guide through the YouTube membership. It has to be through the Patreon membership. They are not the same thing. I have people ask me that all the time. They're not the same. Sorry to break it to you. Our Patreon is the only way that you can get that. So if you're interested in that sideboard guide, become a member of our Patreon. That link is in the description below. But for today, it's really just this change, and that's what I'm looking to test. I have had the idea of cutting the main deck copy of Tendrils of Agony for a sideboard copy of Galvanic Relay, so you'd have 3 relays in the main deck and only the single copy of Tendrils in the sideboard, and that opens up a sideboard slot where you could play something like Massacre, Grapeshot, or even the 4th copy of Carpet of Flowers. That said, I still think that having a Tendrils of Agony in the main deck is worthwhile. You might say, well, why not run 3 Relay and the main deck Tendrils? What else are you cutting? So if you're unfamiliar with the deck, a lot of people have been like, yeah, let's just cut the 4th Mox Opal or the 3rd Chrome Mox. I think that shows a misunderstanding of how the deck functions. So yes, it's easy to want to cut Chrome Mox. I understand that. But when you look at how this deck works, you need Chrome Mox to enable Mox Opal sometimes, and people say, well, if I'm only playing it to enable Mox Opal, I should be playing something else. That's not necessarily true. Consistency is very, very important. But on top of that, we're a deck with, 4 copies of Galvanic Relay in the 75, Ad Nauseam in our main deck, and Echo of Eons. You want initial mana sources that you can use. Cutting that Chrome Mox, I think, is actually a detriment. Whatever card you add over it needs to help with consistency. And Galvanic Relay, while super powerful, I don't think it's a consistency card. So I don't think that's what we want to be doing. I think if anything, you'd want all of those pieces, which is why I think if you're going to do that, you should cut the main deck Tendrils of Agony and just play the solo copy in the sideboard. That's at least my 2 cents, but today I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. We're just going to run a standard list and see how that goes. Maybe in the future I'll try out a wonky list. Thanks to you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you stick around and enjoy the league. See you in match number 1. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Alright, welcome to the first match. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. Let's see how it goes. They put a card on the bottom, Marsh Flat, so likely Black-Red Reanimator, and I've kept a slow hand. Yikes. That's a Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize targeting themselves, and it is in fact a Gristlebrand. I am in trouble. They play an Unmask. They wisely take the Dark Ritual. I think the pick might have actually been Brainstorm. Let's see what our draw step gives us. That was a good one. Let's see if we can hit some artifact mana here to close out this game. Main phase this Brainstorm. Ah, that doesn't do it. So close, though. With the pair of Burning Wish on the top. Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. Mox Opal. Unfortunately, we have to pass the turn here. That said, I do have a guaranteed Peer into the Abyss on our turn. We're at 12 life. They're at 17, so they can actually activate Gristlebrand twice and then put another creature onto the battlefield if they choose. You hit my relay. They passed the turn. Okay, let's party. Play the Bayou. Why not? Tap for red mana. Hold that control key. Cast Burning Wish. Black. Red. Click OK. Yes. Select the Peer into the Abyss. Target myself. Boom! Love to see it. Okay. Now at this point we just need to play some spells. Select the Mox Opal we would like to keep. Let's add a black. Play a Bauble. Sometimes people feel like I'm showboating when I do this stuff. I just feel like it's easier to see the contents of your hand if you just start playing out zeros immediately, because the artifacts all, for the most part, stand out. So if you can just start casting those, you get a better idea of what's actually left in your hand to play stuff. All right, play this Burning Wish, Storm 14. We'll grab the sideboard Tendrils. One thing I am sort of looking at this league is how often we do need the main deck Tendrils, because if we could play 3 main deck Relay, I think that makes our deck really dangerous. So it's something that I'm just looking at here. Okay. Black-Red Reanimator. Probably don't need these main deck Relays. We'll bring in 2 copies of Chain of Vapor. And we're on the draw, so I think that's going to be it. On the play, I would be interested in Thoughtseize, but definitely not on the draw. Let's hit submit. Yeah, I mean, this is certainly a hand that plays. Keep. Chancellor of the Annex. What? Dark Ritual and Tomb. That's scary. Gristlebrand into Reanimate. They're at 5 life. Lotus Petal. Faithless Looting. Discards Gristlebrand, Chancellor, Dark Ritual. Alright, we're good to pick it up here. We're not going to beat that. Alright, we got turn 1. On the play, I think you can bring in the Thoughtseize and actually board out a Chain of Vapor. So a lot of the times Chain of Vapor and Veil of Summer act very similarly for beating Chancellor, where on the play, you'd rather have Veil of Summer to protect your hand as well. This is a turn 1 Echo? Yeah, I'm down. I'm all for changing the contents of the Reanimator player's hand. They did not reveal a Chancellor of the Annex. Big fan of that. Grab that Volcanic. Rite of Flame. Burning Wish. We'll grab Echo. Let's stretch this out. Lion's Eye Diamond. Add 3 blue. Spin that wheel! Storm 5. Well, we found the Thoughtseize. The problem here is that our hand doesn't do a whole lot. They have a Grief. I do enjoy the fact that they will be looking at 2 lands in my hand. Big fan of that. Let's look at their top card. Animate Dead. That means that they can bring back the Grief on the following turn. Verdant Catacombs. They activate the Catacombs. I wonder if they're going to try hard casting the Grief here. They are. Which is kind of interesting because the Animate Dead could also bring back the Grief. I wonder if this is an unintentional misplay, just because you get 2 discarded spells if you evoke. Look at their top card. Entomb. So they have Entomb, Animate Dead next turn. Wow. Alright, let's see if I can draw a good one. Auto yield. We're going to draw 4 cards this turn. Witchclaw Talisman. That's a good one. Play the Claw. Pass. They have a Badlands. We'll get hit for 3 going all the way down to 14. We do have access to Ad Nauseam next turn from 13 life. And they're going to pass the turn. Draw. So now I don't have to play the land. I'm a big fan of that, actually. Because the land just it reduces my options. Tap for a black, play the opal. Tap for a black. Activate the Wishclaw. Let's grab the Ad Nauseam. We still have Echo and Tendrils in the deck. Cast Ad Nauseam from 14 life. For Mox is a very good start. Okay. Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal. Alright, we're at 6 life, which means an Echo could kill us. We have a land drop, plus 3 initial mana sources right now, so we're 2 mana away from a win. I think we're probably just supposed to keep flipping. I could stop here and then have Veil of Summer up, but I don't think that's necessarily the correct decision, so we will flip. Stop at 2, though. So they're at 19. This is not lethal. I think it's pretty free to imprint a Veil of Summer here. My fear is if the Brainstorm whiffs on mana, that I'm dead. Storm is 6, so if I Tendrils, it's not for lethal, and I don't have any answer to what they can get. So next turn they have access to Wishclaw. They have Entomb, Animate Dead. So a Tendrils for 7 Storm would put them to 5. Let's say they get like an Iona or a Chancellor. Can I realistically beat that? I don't think so. I guess I could probably beat an Iona. I'm going to trust my deck and I'm going to just cast the Brainstorm here. There we go. We hit. Put back 2 lands. Play Mox Opal. Underground Sea. Dark Ritual. Tendrils of Agony. Get out of here, Black Red Reanimator. Get out of here. You'll love to see it. We are 1-0 in this Legacy League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Match number 2, we're on the play. Yeah, this seems like a reasonable keep. Let's do it. Leyline of the Void, okay. Misty, Mox Opal, Lotus Petal. I think I might main phase this Brainstorm looking for some more mana. Trying to set up this Ad Nauseam. Main phase Brainstorm. Okay. So if I put back land Ad Nauseam, I can turn one of the Wishclaw here. And I believe that gives me a guaranteed turn to Ad Nauseam. Because I can use the Wishclaw to go get Dark Ritual. And I'm not sure what exactly this ley line means, but discard spells will not be effective here. Sorry, I only have this Bayou. Draw Ad Nauseam. That for mana. Hiya, 19. Some Lion's Eye Diamonds are a great way to start. Relay. This point we really just need more Storm. 8 life, 7 life, 5 life. We'll stop by revealing that Burning Wish at the end. Play out some artifacts, end the game. We still have Tendrils of Agony in our deck to get with the Wish Claw. So this is one point where it could matter. That said, I have enough mana to play Burning Wish into lethal here. I don't know if I could have won the last game without the Tendrils. I mean, that Brainstorm at the end was sort of insane. It's tough to say. And we've gotten game number 1 here. Not really sure what we're facing. I'm going to board in Chain of Vapors over the Relays. I don't want to take out Veil of Summer against what I assume is a mono black deck. Game number 2, we've opened up a terrific hand we will keep. No, ooh, did they accidentally skip their first turn? What happened there? Chrome Mox. I believe the opponent accidentally skipped their first turn. Play out this Bauble. We could try to Brainstorm into a Lion's Eye Diamond, but I don't believe that actually does it. So cast Brainstorm. Dark Ritual pays for Wishclaw activate, so even if I found Lion's Eye Diamond, it's not enough. I'd actually have to find Diamond. If I had held the Mishra's Bauble, like Lion's Eye Diamond, Rite of Flame could have done it. So I think, since I've already sort of punted, let's just play the Wishclaw and pass. Leyline's their top card. Lovely. Probably shouldn't have I should have waited on the Bauble. In my head, I was thinking I can look at their top card and figure out if I should try to go this turn, but I was never going to go. And all I did now was make it so that my top card is weak to their Thoughtseize. So that was just a big mistake. Too busy running my mouth and not enough paying attention to what's actually going on. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Okay. A little bit afraid here of Dark Ritual into Opposition Agent. Activate? Okay. That was not the case. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. And Nas? Okay. Still no idea of what they're running. I'm at 9 life. We revealed the main deck Tendrils. Another Bauble. Chain of Vapor. Stop at 6. Play the Mox. And our opponent concedes, so that was a pretty quick match. Not quite sure what they're playing. Sorry, that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the third match. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round 3 on the play, we're facing GH77, who almost exclusively plays Karn, the Great Creator, Chalice of the Void, Force of Will decks, pretty much just decks that I can't stand. So we're likely to get smushed here. This hand is way too slow for the matchup. We have to mulligan that. This is actually fairly reasonable. What do we bottom, though? Keep. I believe it's just the Mire. That can't be right. Let's do the Chrome Mox. I think we just have to take a slower approach here. Pass the turn. No Covered Island. Lotus Petal. They're passing. Good deal. Take a draw. Brainstorm. Wishclaw Talisman. Pass. City of Traders. Needle. Yep. Unfortunate. Still an artifact for Metalcraft, though. Draw. Diamond. So that does give me Metalcraft. I'm going to play around a Hull Breacher here and not cast this Brainstorm. They do not play a Hull Breacher. Adawara. In response to this, Narset, I will cast the Brainstorm, though. Ooh. I could try to get tricky and... Is that really worth it? I think the answer is probably no. So if I put back Rite of Flame, Ad Nauseam. Or actually, do I want to put the LED underneath? That's probably the better call here. Yeah, let's try this. Dark Ritual. Hold Control. Let's add 3 blue. Veil of Summer. Alright, let's cast Ad Nauseam. Okay, so far so good. A lot of Burning Wishes. We'll stop at 8. You don't want to go too far into your deck just because they could still echo us here, and I'd hate that, but it's a possibility. Put back 2 lands, I guess. Narset resolves. And they activate. Come on, no whammies. They find Force of Will, 5 cards. And they're passing the turn, so I think we've actually got this one. Lotus Petal. And again, Rite of Flame. Storm is 3. Burning Wish. Storm 4. They Force of Will, pitching Echo of Aeons. Cool. Fisher's Bauble. Throw Mox Imprint. Another copy of Burning Wish. Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. Black, black, white, and Tendrils of Agony for exactly 20. We did it. How about that? Pretty sweet trick play we had there with the Veil of Summer, Lion's Eye Diamond Brainstorm setup. Let's see if we can steal another game here. I mean, I definitely got away with one there. Hard to deny that. Definitely want these Abrupt Decays. Chain of Vapor just for Karn the Great Creator. The question is, do you want the final relay? I do believe that Brainstorm is actually a pretty big like liability here against the like Hull Breacher deck. So like you could consider boarding out Brainstorm and just being all in on this other stuff, and I don't think that's crazy. They have 4 Hull Breacher, 4 Narset. Well, why don't I just slide this list over? So I'm sorry, 3 Narset, 4 Hull Breacher, Ledger Shredder. They're all in on just being a mono blue combo deck with Force of Will. In the sideboard, they bring up on Force of Negation. So that's another thing we have to be concerned with here, which makes me really like this relay. I'm going to board out the Echo and the Brainstorms and just try this plan out, making those draw spells less effective against me. Let's hit submit. Game 2, we've opened up an all-in hand. I'm going to keep it, but our opponent does have 7 forces in their deck and Chalice of the Void. This hand could certainly bite me in the butt. Throw Mox, okay. Imprints a Hull Breacher, main phase Hull Breacher, and they pass. We drew another Mox. They appear to be F6. Is that for real? Rite of Flame. Am I being punked? Black, Dark Ritual, Burning Wish, Storm 7. They're at 18. Is this just lethal? Grab that chicken tenders? Target you? We did it. That's a turn 1. Boom! 3-0, living the dream. All right, we're running pretty hot so far, I'll admit. 2 rounds left. Let's see if we can get through those. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Match 4, we're on the draw against Artisan, who almost exclusively plays Legacy Doomsday. Doomsday actually won the Legacy Showcase this past weekend, so I imagine people are coming out of the woodwork to play their favorite deck. Pretty bad matchup for us. Like, very similar to the last deck we faced. They're an 8 Force of Will type strategy that has really fast combos in it, which traditionally are very tough for the Epic Storm. Here we have a hand where we only have a Chromox as a mana source that only casts Veil of Summer. I think you're better off just leveraging the London Mulligan here, and this is a great hand. We will keep this. Bottom the Brainstorm. I believe that Galvanic Relay is actually very good in this matchup, but it's only good when your opponent decides to play the control role. If they just lead on, well, Duress, but if they just lead on Dark Ritual Doomsday, this Galvanic Relay ends up being very embarrassing. They take the Wishclaw, sure thing. They have 5 cards left in hand. We'll take a draw for turn. Play out the diamond and pass. I can't afford for the diamond to be discarded. I know that I have a relay in hand. I'm willing to eat that extra card here to ensure that I have it. All right. Brainstorm on the stack. You cast a Ponder, that's fine. They do not shuffle with their Ponder. Draw for turn. That's a good one. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Let's go search up a green source here. Oh no! Oh no! I just punted. In my head, I knew I needed a red source for this Galvanic Relay, but then I was thinking a little bit ahead. I was like, well, if I get Relay and then reveal Veil of Summer, I want to be able to cast it. So the answer was Taiga, and then once I started fetching, I was like, oh, either green source works. It's not true. Now I have to go all in on an unprotected Echo, like a real dummy. Just Force of Will me and put me out of my misery, Artisan. Come on. Can't believe I did that. And it resolved? Wow. Okay. A little bit surprised by that. Veil of Summer, Storm 5. Okay, so we have Storm 5, they're at 18. Can I do this? Chrome Mox. I should think about this for a moment longer. So Burning Wish would be Storm 7. I have 7 total mana. I don't believe I have it here. If I had fetched the Taiga, I could actually pulverize into the win, I believe. So Veil of Summer is Storm 7, Burning Wish is Storm 8, Tendrils is Storm 9. Do I actually just not know how to count? Yeah, that works. Why am I so nervous here? Is it because I've already punted a million times? Probably. Yeah, this just works. Sorry, just after punting there, I'm a little off. Wow. Alright, doesn't matter. I'm running so hot that you can play like garbage and still win. Jeez Louise. Okay. I actually really like Relay in this matchup, so that's not going anywhere. I think the real answer here is that you can board in Relay 3, but you don't have to. What do you board out is another really good question, and I'm not sure if I actually know the answer because everything in this deck right now is good in the matchup. I'm going to actually just leave it at 2-2. I think that's the correct thing to do. Game number 2, we're on the draw. This is an obvious keep. We have Lion's Eye Diamond plus Echo of Aeons. We have Burning Wish as a decoy action spell. I mean, it's hard to say no. Turn 1 Scalding Tarn, they fetch into a Thoughtseize. Duress. Close, close. They're on 4 cards. I believe the pick here is just Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's see what they select. They do take the diamond, 4 cards. Lotus Petal. Draw for turn. Rite of Flame. So this could be a Galvanic Relay. They have 3 cards. If they have a Force of Will, I get, shut down. If they have a Daze, I get shut down. That said, the winning list from this weekend only had a single copy of Daze. But they have 4 Force, plus a bunch of other stuff. But if they have Force here, they're going down to 1 card. So if I imprint Dark Ritual, I need a red source. So I could grab Taiga here. Okay. Let's play this Dark Ritual, make sure that it resolves. They might think that I have Relay, so they could be open to countering that. But at least if they force my Burning Wish here, it's 1 card versus 1 card. I don't think it's actually the end of the world. Instead, it resolves and we get the Galvanic Relay for 5 from the sideboard. Okay. This card's just so good. I love the red Necropotence. It's just so powerful. Burning Wish, Mishra's Bauble, Opal, Lotus Petal. Yeah. Might have another Relay next turn. Flooded Strand, they fetch. Doomsday. This makes that Burning Wish line a whole lot less desirable. Well, Burning Wish for Galvanic Relay less desirable. If I draw a mana source, there's a chance that this this Burning Wish just gets Tendrils of Agony and we win. But we'd have to draw a mana source for that to happen, and our opponent would need to not have anything in hand. If they have a Cycler in hand, they can cycle into a Force of Will here. And that would be very bad for me. You might be thinking, Bryant, you can just win if you cast Echo of Aeons. It leaves 1 card in their deck because they have 2 cards in hand, 5 cards in deck, in Doomsday. So they actually would not deck. And I would just be setting them up for success with the Oracle. Lotus Petal. Slide these over here. Mox Opal. Rite of Flame for triple red. Burning Wish, please resolve. It does. We can grab Tendrils of Agony. This should just be game. Bauble. Tap the Mox Opal for a block. Are we really beating Doomsday too? Wow. Give me this luck over the weekend. I don't want to use it now. I need to use it this weekend for some paper magic, but we're 4-0. 1 round left. I hope you're enjoying this. Let's see if we can grab that elusive trophy. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. Alright, the 5th and final round. Our opponent has 1 result in MTG Goldfish with Madness. I don't know if this hand is actually good enough for the matchup. Even if we were to draw a black source on the first turn, we have a turn 1 Witchclaw, which is great in a turn 2 Ad Nauseam, but that requires us drawing a black source. If we don't draw that, we have to pray to draw a black source to be able to echo later. I don't know if that's better than just taking a London Mulligan. So I'd rather just control my own fate here and leverage the London Mull. This hand's perfectly fine. Bottom the Bloodstained Mire and let's party. Taiga. Looting. Okay, so this does look like the Madness deck. My fear with this matchup is that their sideboard contains 4 copies of Mindbreak Trap, which means that we really want to win this first game. Draw. Veil of Summer's not what the doctor ordered, so I can take a guaranteed Galvanic Relay for 4, or I can cast this Brainstorm looking for a single mana. I'm going to do that. Come on, deck, please. That's a whammy. Not good enough. Ay, ay, ay. Let's put back the Veil of Summer and Echo on top. Pass the turn. They have the diamond. Another copy of Faithless Looting. Discards Basking Rootwalla. They activate Bloodstained Mire for a Badlands. 3 cards still in hand. Burning Inquiry. Honestly, that might have helped me a little bit. They still have 2 in hand. They cycle Street Wraith. And we'll take 2 down to 18 life. Draw for turn. Okay. Not really sure what the play is here. Relay's off the table. Play Bob. I mean, I could just Thoughtseize myself and put the Echo to the graveyard this turn, and then have the ability to flash it back next turn. My fear here is that I'm putting myself to 16 life. The alternative use of Thoughtseize in this deck. Geez. Is this what I want? Putting myself to 16 versus the deck with Vengevine in it. I mean, they have 2 cards. So if they decide to pump here next turn. So 4, 5 mana. It's still not enough. I'm just going to grab the Thoughtseize. Target myself, going to 16, discard the Echo. This is a must-win game for us. Land 3. They add 3 red, so they have nothing going on here. I'm just going to bobble myself. I want the extra card. I'm sure we'll be able to enable Metalcraft. Ad Nauseam, huh? Pretty sure I'm taking a whole bunch of damage here, so that Ad Nauseam's pretty bad. They did not get another green source, so they missed out on a Rootwalla pump here. We're at 6. We're drawing the Ad Nauseam. Draw for turn. We did not hit another artifact for this Mox Opal or even additional mana. So those 2 draws were pretty stinky. We have to spin the wheel on Echo of Aeons. Please, deck, be good to me. I mean, that wasn't bad. So, Storm is 2. Add a red. Rite of Flame. Storm 3. I haven't even thought about if I have enough Storm yet, but I'm dead if I don't play spells, so let's just do what we can. Play another Opal. Keep that one. Storm's 5, 6, 7. I can put them to 2. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that really stinks. Veil of Summer. Tendrils of Agony. So, I mean, the Tendrils was better than a Relay there, because I was just dead if it was Relay. My fear here is that I am so unlikely to win this game now. They have a lot of power on the board. They can, you know, they have 8 cards. The only downside is that they can't cycle Street Wraith, but I'm not even sure if that really matters. I do get 2 draws on my turn because of the Mishra's Bauble, so something like Lion's Eye Diamond Burning Wish could get it for us, but that's asking for a lot. We've used 1 Burning Wish already. They're at 1. I mean, I'm good with them trading my Galvanic Relay for mana. Thank you. Hollow one. I believe that means that a Burning Wish off the top does it now. No, I'd be 1 mana short. My bad. They have Anger. Am I just dead? This might be lethal. Holy moly. Yeah, I am dead. Wow. That stinks. One storm short, and now we have to win game numbers 2 and 3 against the deck with 4 mind breaks in the board. Lost opportunity here, for sure. Wow. I want to see what my 2 draws would have been. Brainstorm, Bobble, and then we draw 3 for Brainstorm. That would have done it. Oh. Okay. Now the tough games. So take out the Veil Summers because they're literally blank pieces of cardboard. Bring in Thoughtseize. Chain of Vapors can slow them down. Same thing for Abrupt Decay. I don't actually think Decay's good in the matchup. You know what? I'm going to bring in the 3rd Relay instead. Let's try this. It gives us more resources to potentially beat Mindbreak. I'm up for that. Game number 2 on the play versus Madness. Keep. Well, now I feel foolish. That was not good for me. Okay. We have to pass the turn. Once upon a time. I'm actually hoping for a Burning Inquiry here. Fix up my hand for me. They put a Putrid into their hand. Taiga. Yes, thank you, opponent. You're too kind. They're unable to pay for Angie's Ravager. Cycle Street Wraith. And they pass. Draw for turn. Burning Wish. Let's play Lines of Diamond. Brainstorm. I cannot set up a Wish Claw this turn, unfortunately. I mean, I could cast Burning Wish this turn, but there's no Thoughtseize in the sideboard, so I'm not even convinced that's the right move. I believe I'm supposed to just hide 2 of these on top. Play the land. Bobble. Part of me wants to try to play the Burning Wish this turn to see if they'll Mind Break it. I have Ad Nauseam next turn through the Mind Break. They do not cast it if they had it. I guess I have to get a card here. Let's grab Pulverize. I'm going to bobble them in their upkeep, and I'll admit, I'm only doing this because I can't remember the order that I put them back last turn. So we got that going on. Also, I have Peer into the Abyss next turn through Pulverize as well, assuming that the opponent doesn't interact with us. Rootwalla, Rootwalla. Draw for turn. Wish Claw, and then the Burning Wish. So like I mentioned, we have Peer into the Abyss through Mind Break here. Okay, that's Storm 1. Grab the Peer into the Abyss. Target myself. We're at 10 life. We just have to figure out how to beat a Mind Break trap or 2. Dark Ritual. Go to 8 life. Thoughtseize you. Just a couple of Vengevines hanging out. Easy peasy. Play another Bobble. Make a red mana for this Rite of Flame. Fortunate enough to draw another Burning Wish. That's a lot of them this game. Grab the Tendrils. Cast it for lethal. And we're off to game number 3 against Madness. We are going into the final game against Madness for the 5-0 Undefeated Trophy. Like I mentioned, they have 4 Mindbreak Trap in their deck, and they have Ancient Grudge, which is another card we need to play around. We obviously saw Leyline of the Void there. Let's bring up their deck list so everyone can see. 3 Mindbreak, Leyline of the Void, Ancient Grudge, Run of Fall does not matter against us, and Firestorm. This looks like the same list we're seeing against us. So this is actually a main deck of Braid too. That's spicy. I'm pretty nervous about this. I'm not loving my odds. We're just gonna, one decision at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. Just play smart Magic. Even though matchups can be really bad, as you've seen tonight, the Karn Echoes deck, Doomsday, for example, um, even Black-Red Reanimator is not the easiest matchup. The big thing is always dissecting it down into smaller decisions that have impact. And while this is a turn 1 Galvanic Relay, I think I'm interested in this. It beats Leyline of the Void. It doesn't care about Ancient Grudge. So that leaves them with 3 meaningful cards. I'm pretty sure I'm okay with this. They take a mulligan to 6. Okay. Cycle Street Wraith. Once upon a time. They pick up a hollow one. Lion's Eye Diamond, 4 cards. Burning Inquiry. They hit my Rite of Flame and double Mox Opal. Ah, oh, that hurt. They have a Vengevine? Wow, what a start. I am not in a good spot here. Jeez. I wonder what their hand is where they're tanking here. Is it like Anger Mindbreak? Like, what's the decision? Alright, so now I know that they don't have a Mindbreak. They have another Vengevine in the graveyard? Okay. So they're hellbent. We have to figure out how to win from here. Wow, that was a good draw. Holy smokes. Okay, let's think about this. So I'm going to go to 15 for turn. Let's assume that they draw a land, because that's the most probable thing that could happen. They draw a red source. So it becomes 6 damage between their 2 Root Wallas, 10 damage, 14. So I go to 1 life, which means I can't use the other fetch land next turn. Alright, so, I mean, that's just got to be the plan here. We have to imprint the Tendrils. This is a mini relay for 4. 1 life also shuts off Peer into the Abyss. Come on, deck, be good to me. Relay for 4. Wishclaw, Lotus Petal, Bobble, Brainstorm. That's not good enough to relay. Or not good enough to, here, I mean. So they're getting in. They have 1 card. I'm at 3 life. Draw. Another Brainstorm. Let's start off with the free play. Turn is 1, they're at 18. Turn 2, let's play the Bobble. Storm 3, Brainstorm. That is able to peer. The question is, can we beat Mindbreak? I don't know. Play the Diamond. Go to 2 life. Hold control. Comes 4. This is from 5. We cannot beat Mindbreak. Yes, grab the Peer into the Abyss. Go to 1 life. Okay, so now we have to cast this Burning Wish. Red, Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame. Black for Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Play the Lotus Petal, Burning Wish. Grab the Tendrils of Agony. Did we just 5-0? I believe we did. Click, 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 boom! Trophy time. An undefeated trophy. I mean, I ran a little bit cold over the weekend, and this feels pretty good to come back and get that elusive trophy. Should I lock this list in for the Legacy Pit Open? It's tough to say. It certainly felt pretty good tonight. I never once missed the 3rd copy of Abrupt Decay. I boarded in both Chain of Vapors a number of times, so that felt pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. I know this one was a pretty fast one, so cheers and enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.